You see a sign on the sidewalk that says R&D car wash, and there was actually a taxi parked in the bicycle lane being washed. The lady over here tried to hide their sign and all their car wash equipment. You can see the equipment being used for the car wash is confiscated, although there is a little bit of resistance from the lady here. And where do you think the electricity and water is coming from? Because this is a sidewalk. They've spoken to these people many times, given many warnings. Look at the road. See how wet it is and see the quality of it, because every day it's being used as a car wash. They just spoke to some of the car wash operators here and asked them, do you know that you're damaging the road by doing car washes here every day? They said, yeah. It seems like they don't care. Look at the road. Every day it's like this. First lane, second lane end up being blocked because of parked vehicles being washed, and the road is just falling apart. This taxi was being washed in the bicycle lane. When enforcers asked for his license, he refused to give it. They said they'll impound the vehicle. He said go ahead. So they impounded the vehicle. It's connected to the tow truck. On the inside lane, you'll see that they've apprehended several tricycles. The tricycle drivers know they're not allowed to be on Commonwealth, but they do it every day. And honestly, the fixed post enforcers, often they're not catching this. The driver of this tricycle couldn't show a license, so the enforcer is explaining now that they'll be impounding the tricycle. This little car has been taken away now. The MMDA consider it to be illegally parked. One of the problems with heavy traffic on Commonwealth, aside from the fact that it affects motorists, is it delays the buses. And as you know, there's a big problem for commuters on Commonwealth. They need to turn these buses around as fast as possible so they can come back for more passengers. The team are now looking at these vehicles. Some of them parked on the sidewalk, partially in the bicycle lane. The driver already came out for this one, so they're asking for the license to issue a ticket, otherwise they'll have to tow it away. This tow truck has already lifted a car that was parked on the sidewalk. The driver arrived, but obviously far too late, so he'll have to pick the vehicle up in Tamana, Marikina. And you'll see another vehicle here. They considered it to be illegally parked, so they already put it on the back of the flatbed. And right now they're looking at this one. Obviously there's no more sidewalk. It's the same problem in front of this bank. You can see the original sidewalk converted to parking ramp, and then there's nowhere for pedestrians. All pedestrians, commuters are forced to walk in the road. This vehicle parked on the corner is being picked up now, not even close to the curb. There's also quite a lot of damage on the vehicle already, so the tow crew will take their own photos and videos to avoid complaints later. Over here you'll see another vehicle parked on the sidewalk. They're writing out the ticket now. They're also writing out tickets to this motorcycle, the pickup truck, the SUV. Same thing, there's no sidewalk here for pedestrians. They're forced to walk in the road. The bicycle lane, just not safe for pedestrians. See, that lady was thinking, can I try and squeeze beside the car? And the reality is, older people, those who are less stable, they could easily just fall into the bike lane, into the road. And if there's someone coming past at the same time, boom, they're in hospital. They're paying for medicines, they can't work anymore. They're paying their hospital bill for how many months or years. Some of the drivers already came down from their condos, so as long as they show a valid license, they're able to drive away with just a ticket. They don't get towed. They just stopped this motorcycle rider here. Unfortunately, no crash helmet. Anyway, he handed over his license, so they'll issue the ticket now. The tow truck is getting into place to pick up that black one on the sidewalk. This is usually the time the driver comes running out and tries to stop them from taking it away. And there you go, just like I said. When you're writing a ticket, there's no driver, but the moment the tow truck starts connecting, the driver magically appears. Unfortunately, once the towing process is started, their protocol is to complete it, so they will take this to Tamana, Marikina. The team are now writing out tickets to these vehicles parked on the sidewalk. Not only the sidewalk, but further along, they're on a bridge. Here's a look from the front, and if you look down here, you'll see the stream. It's really on a bridge. This red one is actually being towed away because the owner said it's not in running condition. They have no way to move it. There goes one of those vans being towed away. It's not just cars that are being ticketed for obstructing the sidewalk, there's also motorcycles like this. Again, you'll see the pink line here, which denotes the break between private property, public sidewalk. You don't actually need the pink line, but it is helpful. Anyway, they're speaking to this driver now, they'll be issuing a ticket for illegal parking. Some people will say there's no option, you have to park on the sidewalk, but actually you can invest in things like this, vertical parking systems. If you issue enough tickets and tow enough vehicles, eventually property owners start investing in proper parking, whether they build a garage or they pay for a vertical parking system. That's what we've seen. Consistent enforcement makes a difference.